Hi and welcome to my video, welcome to my channel, welcome to my first episode of a new series that I'm making that I thought of, in which I want to propose a challenge to you. Now, so the first thing, what am I saying? Like, we all got our things that we've always been meaning to do, right? Like things that you always thought you wanted to do and you kind of never have gotten around to it, and you kind of think, oh, one day I will do that, or maybe you just kind of say, oh yeah, I just haven't gotten around to it, life got in the way, I was busy, I don't have the time. And we all have kind of things we think, like we don't have time, or I'm too old, or I'm too young, or I don't know, like I'm not good enough at this, or stuff like that. So yeah, I'm kind of at an age now where you kind of realize life doesn't last forever, and so you kind of think, or I kind of thought, well, what if I did this what if I did this challenge that I'm about to propose to you? And I kind of thought, oh, why don't I share it with YouTube, and it might be fun for other people to watch, and it might be fun for you to join in on the challenge. So I'm kind of gonna, I don't know, talk about like the rules. Like rules aren't really, like, it's not really a rule, but like, I don't know. But so where should I start with everything I have to say? I actually made some notes, but blah blah blah. So yeah, so I guess like yeah, the thought was kind of basically, yeah, it's kind of really easy to tell yourself, I don't have the time, right? Or sometimes we just don't feel like it kind of fits into our life. We don't really know how it can fit into our life time-wise, but also maybe our lives are just so different, and you're so quick to say, oh, that's something I could never do, even though I really want to. Like if you watch something on TV, or let's say it's traveling, or it can be something different for everybody, but you kind of think, oh, that would be so fun, but I can't do that because blah blah blah. And so it'd be really fun to kind of like, yeah, do this challenge. So the challenge is basically, first of all, I made a list of all the things, and so I have to do each of them for just one day each. So I have to do them for one day, like not 24 hours, but like one day. So however long you're awake on the day, but cause then it's kind of like, and so I want to do that, and I'm gonna take you along and show you how it goes, and hopefully you will have a lot of fun, and hopefully you will enjoy it. So hopefully you'll join in on the challenge yourselves. That'd be awesome. It'd be awesome to see. It'd be awesome to see if you even made a video, and then I could watch your videos. But even if you just kind of, I don't know, if you do it yourselves, let me know in the comments below how it went. And basically, like, so I guess I'm gonna talk about the rules, right? So kind of, yeah. But even if you don't do it, hopefully this is fun for you to watch, and you'll get to see me do lots of different things. So love to hear how you found it at the end of the day. But let's get into kind of the rules, because yeah, that's pretty much the main rule. You have to do each thing that you put on the list, and you have to do it for a day, because a day is kind of like, it's not too much of a time to put into doing this, but it's also kind of enough for you to get into it and actually have some fun, actually be properly doing the thing. But it's not forever, and it's not really something where you can kind of say, I don't have the time, because it's just a day, you know. So if you can find a free day on the weekend or something, and if you're taking a day off to do something, so you're actually taking a day off to do that thing, so you can't really say you don't have time. But at the same time, if it's something where somebody feels awkward, like they're too old or something, you're not gonna be, you don't have to be a professional at this thing, or it doesn't have to be properly perfect. It's just a day, and if you find you don't like it, or it turns out really shit and humiliating, it was only a day wasted. You didn't waste your whole life on something. So I think it'd be, but on the bright side, or hopefully if everything goes well, you're gonna have a lot of fun. And then I think if we do something for a day, and once you've done it, it's kind of, it got you started, so you can kind of see, oh hey, I was able to make a day free for this, so maybe then it feels like it could be something that you can incorporate into your life. But at the very least, you can say, I've done that thing in my lifetime, and at the end of your life, you can look at your back on your bucket list and actually say, I've actually done a day of that thing. You know, and I was thinking, because like, I feel like a lot of bucket lists, they just stay unfinished. But it kind of be cool, you know, at the end of your life, you don't have to ask for how long you've done that thing. Or if you tell somebody, I've done soap making, and you'll be like, you know, they won't say, oh, have you? Well, how many days of your life did you spend making soaps? Okay, so what's your professional level? Do you sell soaps? Yeah. Are they good? Are they actually good enough? Does it work out on the first try? They're just gonna say, oh my god, that's so cool, you made soap? You spent a day of soap making? That's so cool. Oh my god, I've never heard of that. Like, I wouldn't know how to make it. How do you make soaps? You know, it'll just be like, oh well, I just tried it, it was a day and blah blah blah. So yeah, but it's kind of a good chunk of time for you to actually spend the time. I've been thinking about that, but if somebody's life is really busy, you know, it's like, I just don't want us to like be able to like make excuses, because I feel like if you have half an hour, you either get nowhere, or an hour and you just, some of the preparation for some of the things I want to do, an hour wouldn't even be enough. But even if you like, I don't know, it'd be easier to chicken out of it. It's like, oh okay, I've done 5 minutes of it, great. Or like an hour, it's like, and I don't know who's gonna do the challenge, if anyone will, but if anyone does. But some people, they might be really depressed and they might need freaking half the day to force themselves to start. I don't know. So it's like you have to do a day, because a day, and if you take a day off, it's like you're making special time for the thing, so you're not gonna like chicken out. But it doesn't make any sense, like, because I don't want to give too little time and then the time is over before you started. You might still think, this didn't really work out. But if for example you're painting, you want to do more painting, but you think, I'm crap at art, I can't paint, is what you tell yourself. You might need 5 hours to really get into it and really get a feel for, hey, this is fun and I don't have to be good at it, this is really fun, I can just have fun. Or to recognize it, this could be art and somebody else could like it. Maybe after 5 hours somebody walks in and sees it and they say, oh well, that's nice, you know. I feel like modern art, abstract art nowadays, anything goes. And even if I don't like the style, but if somebody can paint in abstract art, like, you don't have to know how to paint. Not being able to paint is better, because then it doesn't look too perfect, so it looks more modern and abstract. I don't know, but what else did I want to say? So I hope that makes sense to people. But I feel like a day, and if it's something that you can kind of incorporate in your day, like, I want to act more like this, I want to try to go for things more, have more confidence, or I don't know, I want to eat differently, or this and that. It's something, it's like, where you would normally chicken out, but it's like, oh, it's only a day, no, I can do a day. So then you go and do a day, and after that you're like, hopefully, maybe we can keep doing some of those things. But if not, it'll still be, you can still say of yourself, I have done this and this and this thing on my bucket list in my life. Before you die, you got to do whatever you wanted to do. So it'd be really fun. It'd be really interesting to see how it goes. It's also really scary and embarrassing to put myself out there and kind of talk about maybe some of the resistance I encounter and whatever. And also I don't know how I'm going to film, because a day is really a lot to film, and there's be a lot of footage to edit and a lot for you to watch. So I might not film all the time, and then do some summaries where I like talk about it, how it went. I'm gonna see, and I'm gonna do that. But I'm so glad you're here and watching this, and I hope you like that. Yeah, is there anything else I wanted to say? Maybe not yet. Yeah. And I'm also still kind of awkward because I kind of have some negative things I think about myself when I'm like talking, whatever. I'm working on getting out of it, but when I look in the camera and I think something negative, I feel like, don't think that I'm thinking about you because it's just me, but I feel like I have some trouble looking in the camera still, but I'm going to work on that. I used to be so fine with it. I used to do acting, I had no issue whatsoever. But yeah, and also, as you can see, I'm doing this like vlog style just because I don't have anywhere to put my camera up that's like higher than me, or like head height, and not doesn't look stupid, because yeah, I need to buy equipment, but never mind. And yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I forgot for now, but yeah, okay, so I guess it's, yeah, because I don't know if there's someone out there for whom 24 hours is still so long, but then if I say it can be less, then they might say, oh yeah, it's too long, I can't make that time, so you have to kind of, we have to put some effort and make some time for it, but it should be enough time to kind of really get into it, because some of the things, the preparation actually will, I might need a couple days, it depends, so like, you know, you might not be able to do it in the whole, well, because furniture, making over furniture, for example, if I have to get furniture, it will take me, like, figuring out how I can do something might take longer than a day, if that makes sense, or I have to plan ahead for another day and stuff, so I think a day is good, because then a day, it's not too long, but it's not too short. A day at the end of the day has got a really lot of hours in which you can get a lot done, but at the same time, it's only a day of your life, so if you find that it's not something you want to continue doing, then it's only a day. But at least you know that thing. So yeah, excuse the vlog style. But yeah, as I said, can't put my camera up anywhere yet. I'm gonna get better at this, talking more freely, more confidently, without needing to like think first all the points which I want to mention. So I guess I'm gonna, should I read out the list to you? I was kind of gonna organize it a bit better, because I have points, but I have like some points are like sub points. Like I have scrapbooking as a separate point, and then crafts again as a separate point. So I feel like, should I work over this list before reading it out? Or maybe I'll just read it. Yeah, I can always cut the video up. Should I do that? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo! No, you know what? I'm gonna do a part 2, and you have to watch the part 2 if you want to see. And the part 2 will be me reading the list. And then, in fact, I don't know. What should I do? I'm so bad at choices. That's one of my points, actually. But, yeah, I'm just gonna read the freaking points, but this camera angle is shit, and holding it the whole thing's annoying. But, okay. Things I've always wanted to do. Okay, so the first one is, oh my god, I can't talk. I actually can talk, I'm just nervous. It's so dumb, because I feel like I know the inside me is not nervous. I used to be on camera all the time. I used to do acting. It was so fun. I love being on camera, so it's weird. Okay, yeah. So the first point would be, I don't know. Should I make this a separate part? I can always cut the video up. I'm just gonna do that. Okay, the first point is scrapbooking, because I always wanted to do scrapbooking. Why did I say because? Because I always wanted to do scrapbooking. But, yeah, it's one of those things. And I actually have a scrapbook, so that's good. Oh, that's another point, but it's like, it's kind of not a rule, but it's kind of like, it makes life easier that it can be like a cheap way. You don't have to spend any money on it, or like less money on it if you've never done that thing before. If it's like, I want to do more of this thing or something, then it's different, because you might already have all the equipment you need, or you might want to go to the next level, blah blah. You might have already budgeted for it, but it shouldn't be something where you can tell yourself, oh, I don't have enough money to do that thing. So try to find whatever you can do. I guess I'm gonna get into more examples of that when I read the list, but try to do whatever you can do where you don't need a lot of money for it, if you otherwise tell yourself, I can't afford to do that thing. If it's something you've always really wanted to do, right? Because this is about us getting to do what we've always really wanted to do without anything getting in the way. So, yeah. Is there anything else I wanted to say? Yeah, it can be kind of easy. And so, like, you have to, back to the rules, because you have to do everything you put on your list. You can add things to the list, you can continue, you can do more than 24 hours if you want, but, like, no less. Just, like, no reasons to chicken out, no reasons to tell ourselves, I can't do this because I don't have time, because I'm too old, because I don't have money, because of this, or because of that, or because it's so not me, I'm bad at it, or it doesn't fit in my lifestyle at the moment. If there's a genuine reason, I just had a notification on my phone that my phone is almost out of battery, but so maybe then I'll make this a part 2 to read the list, but I'll get into it. But do watch the part 2. But like oh god, I don't remember. But it's like, what was I gonna say? Just no reason that, if there's a genuine reason, like one of the things I've always wanted to do when I watch these makeover shows is make over a house. Now that's really difficult, living in a flat and new looking, and I can't just acquire an old house only to make it over and then just leave it there. So hopefully this will happen in the future, if we ever own our own house, or maybe I get a chance, or maybe I just get a chance to help somebody make over their room or inspire them. But I'm going to find things that I can do that are kind of related to the subject. Like, I'm gonna do whatever I can that's as close to it as possible. But if there's like a genuine reason like this, or you're like, I want to walk, but I'm in a wheelchair and I can't walk, and my legs don't work, I don't have any feeling in my legs, this is a genuine reason. But it shouldn't be like, oh, I've always wanted to write a story, but I'm bad at writing, so I'm not gonna try. Because it doesn't have to be a perfect, amazingly written story. It's just about you putting some time into actually writing a story and see how the story turns out and have some fun while doing it. So, and another thing is like, so it's just like, the rules are like, anything's forbidden that can allow you to tell yourself you don't have to do that thing, even though you really want to do that thing, if there's anything in your mind that stops you. But if it's genuinely something like, I have to acquire a house, but I'm still gonna try and do whatever I can to kind of do something like that's kind of decorating and making over a house, or what I would do if I did have a house and stuff like that. I'm gonna talk about it when I get into the list. I'm gonna talk about this specific example. But oh yeah. So another thing about the like 1 day challenge, because okay, if it's something that genuinely like you genuinely it sounds funny when people say genuinely, like, don't kind of, if it genuinely doesn't take a day, then it's fair enough to stop after you did it, after you're done. But like, don't say, oh, it's not gonna take a day, so I'm not gonna put a day, even though you could fill a day with it. Doesn't make sense, because that's chickening out. But if you want to tell somebody you like them, because you've always wanted to tell them, but you've always been scared, and now you're finally gonna do it, oh my god, and you decided you're gonna text them, which, I don't know, maybe you don't see them, or you decided like I don't know, I know it's nicer to tell somebody in person, but it's scarier. I don't know. What if the phone call, you're gonna write a letter and it literally only it takes you like 20 minutes to write the letter, or it takes you like 5 minutes to make the phone call? Then you might spend the day therapeuting yourself because they said no. Or the day being so happy that they said yes. But obviously, if the phone call or the text actually takes you like an actual minute, you might spend the day being nervous about it and trying to push yourself to have the guts. But if you, I don't know, like if it's genuinely something, like one of the things I want to do is try more pumpkin recipes, because I want to like pumpkin, but I don't like pumpkin. I want to find recipes that make me like pumpkin. I don't know. Yeah. And cooking is gonna take, say, an hour or whatever. Maybe I think baking them takes quite a long time. I don't know, but not a day. Then that's fair enough. But it's genuinely that I was already finished after I started cooking. But not like this, that crafts, for example, I can fill a day with crafts where you can kind of like something in you doesn't want to start, or you think you're bad at crafts, I don't know, and then you kind of just don't want to start, and so you kind of say, oh, 5 minutes is enough for that thing. Nope. I hope these rules make sense, and yeah. But if somebody's like so super busy and they can't make a day free, but they can do an hour a day or something, like that's kind of a genuine reason, that's kind of fair enough. But I don't want to say you can make it an hour, because then everyone who doesn't really want to go for something, they might feel awkward doing or something. If somebody thinks they're bad at dancing but they always wanted to learn to dance, it might just be another reason to gives themselves another reason why they don't need to start, and I don't want it to be like that, so it needs to be a day. Does that make sense? But if you have a genuine reason, the list fell down, you can't make it a day, then it's not like, oh, I can't do the day challenge because I don't have a day. Does that make sense? It's like you're not breaking the rules. These are not strict, sterile rules. It's not about the rules, it's just about why the rules are in place. So if you're genuinely honest with yourself, then you genuinely know that you're sticking to the rules. Doesn't make any sense. So yeah, then it's better to say, I wanted to do a day, but like I chickened out for half the day because I was so nervous to go dancing, but I know I'm gonna look like shit. Because you might not look like shit, you might look funny, or you might just everybody else might be the same. Okay. Should I read the list to you right now? I feel like I'm gonna make this another part just because. If my phone switches off. Oh my god, guys, why am I so awkward on camera? I used to be so fine on camera. So fun. Yeah. Okay. Effect. No, this has to be a separate part because I know my phone will switch off. I can't speak. I'm gonna say goodbye to you, but do watch the second part of the intro, and I'm gonna see you soon, and then I'll start with the challenges. And let me know what you think. I hope you'll enjoy it. I hope I will enjoy it, but I will enjoy it because these are things I've always wanted to do and just never taken the time to do them. Okay.